Welcome back to Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 4. So, before we hop into the post-game, I want to go ahead and I think it's under System Settings, just see our playtime, since there's no real way to see it in-game. I believe if I go under... I don't think it's Data Management, is it? No. How do you check? I actually don't... Now I have to look this up. Oh, it's a different app. It's the activity log. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm really curious. Oh, yeah. I guess software library. EO4. 62 hours for this playthrough. Etrian Odyssey games are very good investments, even if you really are like one of those people who really cares about, you know, how many hours you get for the money you spend. Granted, that includes any time I spent grinding, but come on. Right, so, lots of stuff opens up in the post-game. Let's leave. One night has passed since the battle against the Titan for the fate of all who live in these lands. You survived the intense struggle. The Titan that came from the depths of Yggdrasil fell before your power. And losing its heart and soul, the Titan's body again metamorphosed into a new Yggdrasil. In the process, the Titan mustered the last of its strength to return the medium to the human world. You've not yet filed your report with the Count. Once you've sorted things, visit the Grand Court. It's all your food. Let me see. I want to see what exactly New Game Plus does. Because as far as I'm aware, there's really no reason to do it. Because the only truly limited resource is the power core, the drive gear, whatever, from defeating Baldur. Let's see. Storage is reset. Base burst skills are reset. You keep the gear you have, characters, and money. Keep subclasses, but you can't redo subclasses until you do oh wow, New Game Plus is so bad in this game. Yeah, the shop resets. You basically just take your characters and inventory. Yeah, there's no reason to do New Game Plus. Unless you just want to replay it and choose not to use all that stuff, or use it to skip hard things or something. Anyway. First, let's go to the Atelier. And sell the Bone Shard from a skeleton that supported a giant body from Bared Essence. You get the Durandal Sword for that. A holy sword that glitters with the divine protection of a sage. 3 points of attack bonus. And if you really want to repeat that fight, 2 forge slots. Yeah. It's really disappointing. So let's go. Report in at the court. I've been waiting for you, Guild Mysidia. Well done on making it back to Thorsis alive. I placed tremendous expectations on you and gave you a rather weighty duty to fulfill. But you applied yourself to the task and carried it out splendidly with nary a complaint. Have you a report? Report results. Stop Yggdrasil's activation. So you challenged the Titan before it could fully awaken and rescued the medium from its core. It sounds like the path to success was difficult, but you followed it to a splendid result. Thank you. To show our appreciation for your strength and courage, I present to you this on behalf of the city. Obtained the Thorsis Wing. This is a tradition to get a really powerful accessory from beating the game. The way you reached out to not only the medium, but to the Imperial Prince as well is to be commended. Though the medium has cured him, his illness took quite a toll. He's resting now in a Thorsis hospital. I'm curious, where is the medium now? Ah, so you returned her to Vesseltown. She hasn't been back to her home in some time, has she? I hope she's recuperating from her ordeal there. I'd wagered she'd like it if you visited her sometime. I was planning on visiting all the settlements myself. The issue du jour is now Thorsis, the Empire, the vessels, and the Sentinels, or how they can coexist going forward. I've reached out to the Empire to relocate the scattered Imperial citizens to Thorsis. What say you? Will you continue lending us your strength to bring our peoples together? Pledge your support. I do appreciate it. But favors to me aside, you explorers are by nature men and women of the world. You needn't feel bound to the answer you just gave me. You are free to remain in Thorsis as long as you like. There are still many secrets in the skies to be teased out. I dare say you won't want for adventure. For example, have you heard of the Golden Deer Keep in the northwest of the Cloudy Stronghold? There's a door there that we couldn't open, but then a surrendering Imperial officer turned out to have the key. Supposedly, the labyrinth contained some check on Yggdrasil's power. The details are unknown. I've had the door opened if it interests you. If it interests you, why not explore inside? It'd at least help fill your book. Come to that, I'd like to see that logbook of yours once all the pages are full. It seems fascinating. Obtained 50,000 Ental. And 150,000 experience. There are no new missions. Akatsuki can take more speed boost. Hero can take more fan dance. Sword dance would actually be really good for him, as well as mist dance. And yeah, so every Etrian Odyssey game has a post-game stratum. In this game, you don't really have a post-game land, even though there's clearly room for one on the touchscreen there. I don't know if they ever intended for there to be like a DLC or something, but yeah, nothing there. After turning in your report to the Count, you notice a man standing near the exit of the Grand Court. Hey there, Mysidia Guild. I heard you had quite the scuffle. I was worried the Lunar Whale would come out the worse for wear, but it looks like I had nothing to fear. The Outland Count told me to bring something to for your skyship, though. It's called a Windrider Bell. I've already had it delivered to the city gate, so you can attach it to the ship anytime you like. This might be the last favor I get to do for you. The Wharfmaster heads back to the cargo wharf, somewhat dejected. So after I don't know if you have to turn in the final mission, but there are some interesting requests now. Legendary Cuisine, the Ominous Gale, Fire Tyrant's Garden, Lady and the Dragon, and Miracle of the Ice Field. Now, the first of these that I want to do is the Ominous Gale. My name is Coast, and I'm researching Drazzle for the Empire. I have a request from Mysidia. Please come see me. That request comes from Coast, an Drazzle Researcher for the Empire. He wants you to investigate an unusual metal found in the Echoing Library. I wanted to talk to you directly, however. It all sounded quite complicated. Sitting right over there if you wish to speak for more details. I shall... Wait, is this not... Let me make sure this is the right one. Let's see. Okay, this still is the one I was thinking of. So, in order to do this, you need to complete a legendary force, which, of course, is the one where we fight Reisvelg. Let's talk to Coast. Are you from the famous Mysidia Guild? I'm an Drazzle Researcher of the Empire. I'm honored to meet you. I want you all to take a look at this. It's a fan-shaped metal shard we found in the Echoing Library. What caught my eye was this old parchment attached to it. Let me read it to you. By the bond of the races, the jeweled sword shall be sealed in the garden of the dancing Lepidobrate. Which is the order that includes butterflies and moths. The jeweled sword will surely fetch a high price. I want your guild to bring it to me. The rest of this parchment is so weathered as to be illegible, but all the important information is here. I don't know where this garden of the dancing butterflies and moths is. The races must be the vessels and sentinels. The bond, too. I know you have a deep bond with them, which is why I asked you. You may take this with you. Obtained fan-shaped shard. So we need to go back to the vessel town anyway. So let's head to the Misty Ravine. You arrive at the vessel town and see a lone woman. You cannot see the harm in asking the woman about the metal shard. Oh, the Mysidia Guild. It's good to see you again. How can I help you today? Show her the metal shard and ask if she knows anything about it. She stares at it and finally speaks. I do remember something about this. Please wait here. Here. It looks much the same, doesn't it? It was in the vessel's treasure house, covered in dust. This metal shard is shaped like the one you already... this metal shard is shaped like the one you already have. You've put the shards together to form a perfect fit. We found it deep in the labyrinth recently, but cannot discern its use, so we left it as is. It looks as if you added another similar shard, it would make a perfect disc. With that, the vessel gasps as if suddenly remembering something. This may be the key to open the door in the Moth Labyrinth, the Moth's Garden. As you may know, there's a tightly sealed door in that labyrinth and a recession with a very similar shape. I believe that you should keep this. It's better that way. The medium would most likely agree. Obtained Half Moon Shard. You thank the woman, who nods and excuses herself before leaving. The client's parchment about a garden where scales dance must have been written about the Moth's Garden. You decide to leave Vesseltown and continue your investigation, except we don't. If we come over here... Welcome to Vesseltown. We last met in the Cloudy Stronghold, wasn't it? The medium smiles at you. How is Baldur? I'm glad to hear it. I was worried for him. Let us hope he recovers soon. I believe there are changes in store for Vesseltown and Thorsis, and I look forward to what they may bring. But it is you who gave us this opportunity, and for that I owe you my thanks. Thank you, Guild Mysidia. I was telling the vessel children about Thorsis the other day. They all said they wanted to see it. The medium gives a shy smile before continuing. As do I. I would like to walk its streets again with you. Okay. Let's go ahead and reset our encounter rate before heading back. There's no reason to waste an Ariadne thread. So let's head back to Thorsis. Pawn this vendor trash off. Oops. And head back to the Golden Lair now. I always forget the quickest way over there. Okay. I remember now. Reset the encounter rate. We need a single ice stake. There we go. When you reach the Sentinel's village, you notice one of them sitting on the ground, carving something. I wonder if you should ask him about the metal shard. Ah, Mysidia. Welcome to the Sentinel's village. Is there something you'd like to ask? You hand the metal shard to the Sentinel and ask if he has any notion of what it might be. I remember seeing something with this exact shape at a shrine in a stone cave. Wait here and I'll see if I can find it. The Sentinel disappears into the village. Is this what you were looking for? The metal shard he holds has the same shape as the one from the vessels. When they fit together, they form a disc. So three become one. But even so, something seems missing. A shard from the Empire, the vessels, and we Sentinels. Does anything seem obviously missing here? Ah well, I do not think these are the wrong hands for it. I will let you hold on to it for now. With that said, the Sentinel sits back down and returns to his whittling. Obtained old disc. So let's return to Thorsis. Broken Horn. Oh, I assume that's for beating the beetles with a strike attack. I think Spirit gained a level, yeah. Max out Auto Revive, which, you know, was so helpful in the final battle. Oh, what's this? How can I help you today, my friends of Guild Mysidia? Show him the old disc. You formed this disc by collecting pieces from the vessels, the Empire, and the Sentinels. Even after collecting them all, is there no room on this disc for Thorsis? I do believe I remember something about this disc. Take a look at this hole in the center. Wait here. This is a treasure that... This treasure was passed down by our ancestors, but was supposedly found originally in the lush woodlands. And... Aha! It fits perfectly. Take a look, my friends. The disc is complete. Brilliant, if I say so myself. The Imperials, the vessels, the Sentinels, and we citizens of Thorsis. The circle is complete. Ha ha! Ah, here, you should take this with you. I'm curious about what this strange disc might lead to. Now then, my friends, safe travels. Obtained Omni Key. So let's go ahead and save, since we did go through all that effort. Alright. So now let's go select Cave, Moth's Garden. Remember that locked door from forever ago? Yeah, I need to kill one of you. Like, how much HP do you have? 1,500. Yeah, we're good. I considered just wiping this room, but we don't, we would not actually level up Talon. Intent on completing the request from the Imperial scientist, you arrive at the door. Though it is tightly sealed, you can place the assembled disc into the recession in the door's center. You produce a metal disc and slowly fit it into the door's recession. Suddenly, the disc spins rapidly and a sharp whistling sound rings out. When the ringing subsides, you hear mechanical sounds coming from inside the door. Is it unlocked? You know not what awaits you beyond the door. You wipe anxious sweat from your brow as you consider opening it. This is now an open door. When you think yourself prepared, you go through into a small room. A short sword pierces the ground here. Its blade shines more beautifully than any sword you've seen. It must be the jeweled sword your client wants. When you reach for the sword, it abruptly rises into the air and emits a piercing light. From the glaring stream of light, you see the figure of an enormous bird, a fearsomely divine presence. As the jeweled sword changes form, you no longer see it in the room. The monstrous bird stays hovering in one spot, looking down upon you as if passing judgment. You'll need to bring the bird to the ground before you can properly search for the jeweled sword in the room. You grit your teeth and steady yourself for battle, fingers lightly brushing your weapons. I don't remember this boss being too bad, but we'll see. Iwaro Penelep. This is what I was thinking of as being a... I think that's a fairly traditional boss in these games. Oh, it's in 1 Untold, 2 Untold, and Nexus. So this is actually... at this point, this was just a throwback to the first game. Okay. Obviously, we want to start out with Strike Guard, Power Break, Hawkeye, Quick Step Spearow so we can Chain Circle it, because wings. Oh, every bind is going to matter on this thing because it has talons. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a big problem. Set up Charred Knight either way. Deathbringer petrifies. Go for a basic attack here that I can get bonus damage on Shock Drive. Refresh the front line. Grab, binds the head. A bird enemy that's not weak to Bolt. That doesn't resist it. Okay. Improved Link. Let's go Sharp Edge. Keep head sniping. Chain Circle is still up. Yeah, let's just attack. Thunder Wing. Oh, it does bolt damage. I forgot that, apparently. I can't Element Guard, so let's Hygea's Bowl instead. Bolt Strike. Freezing Link, maybe? Impulse Edge. Head Snipe and Hood Circle, I guess. Because that was a sizable amount of freaking electric damage. Chaos Bringer. Let's Panic. I mean, Talon isn't going to kill anyone, but I'd still rather not be, you know, confused. Taunt. Hawkeye and Atrophic Eye. Oh. I mean, I'm still gonna go for the Freeze Drive. Okay, it's weak to Ice. Alright, Metacut and Nectar on Spearow. Go ahead and full heal yourself in case he doesn't target you. Medica. Probably gonna revive Hero. Yeah. Oh, never mind. Okay. So now we know a bit better. Oh, and I never actually looked at that post-game accessory either. So let's do that. The Thorsis Wing. A token of gratitude from the Outland Count given only to the best adventurers. Plus 100 HP and plus 10 to all stats. I feel like Hero would benefit most from that, actually. Well, no. Let's give that to Spearow, because more survivability is incredibly important. Yeah. I'm good there. Let's stay. And this time I know better about using ice. Oh, and let's go ahead and store the silver icon. There's no real reason to save anything now. We're in the post game. Everything is going to be available in abundance. Oh, Volt Mists might be good to have on hand, too. Oh, and you'll see, Formaldehyde is now available, but it requires the Horrific Breath item. That comes from a specific FOE, but let's just go ahead and... Oh, what does... Ignore currents. Oh, so we can actually access that one chunk of... You know what? That means that we should actually do this other quest for the experience. Legendary Cuisine. I have a request from Mysidia. Please bring me the 4 legendary foods from the lands you've reclaimed. I thought that you would be the ones to take that one. It is a sizable request this time. It calls for gathering legendary ingredients from every land you've traveled to thus far. You are to hold them in this. I believe it is Dulla's iron pot. Put whatever you find in here. If she's entrusting you with her iron pot, she must have high expectations for the ingredients. And for you. Well then, I shall await your swift return. Yeah, this is just a huge chunk of easy experience. Yeah, there we go. And there's one in every land, as you might expect. And we've actually collected a couple of them at this point. I forget where exactly they are. No. But like the Emperor Peacock is one. It's probably that bird icon up there. Yeah, now we can actually access this segment of the map. Remember this for later, I believe. This is going to be a very important location if it's what I think it is. Let me douse first. We will do an episode of just hunting down all the treasures available via the dowsing rods. Actually, I don't remember if we fought you. Yeah. Sky Emperor. Oh, we actually haven't. Guess what his deal is. Oh, nice. Charge. Remember to Atrophic Eye this time. Evasion reduced doesn't really mean anything. Get an Emperor Feather. You obtained Golden Egg. You obtained the Golden Egg. This must be one of the legendary ingredients the client requested. You may place it in the iron pot. All of a sudden, the indescribable happens. The ingredient disappears as if the pot sucked it in. You blink, startled. There should be one legendary ingredient per land. You have 3 ingredients left to gather. If we look here... I mean, we have the dragon crystals. Are they available as actual food? I guess not. Huh. I genuinely thought they were available as actual food, or maybe it just doesn't show up in the thing because it wasn't really usable. Like, it didn't go to my inventory, it just immediately started the quest. Anyway. Head up to the Scarlet Pillars. You can access all this. A black diamond. I want to fill out as much of the map here as I can, especially since it's not like you can get into random encounters. Okay. It is weird that FOEs only seem to guard one of these. Directly, anyway. Seeing Golden Crab. With that, the pot now contains 3 ingredients. From what you were told at the bar, there are legendary ingredients in each land you've traveled to. If you know of a place in the Cloudy Stronghold where one might be found, you should go search for it there. Which, of course, is referring to the, Emperor Peacock. Also, yeah, in the post-game, Storm Emperors get added. Yggdrasil is back, but you can still enter because it's much smaller. So if you miss an enemy or a drop, you can go there now. Oh, that's not it. Okay, it's probably in that northwest corner then. So let's pop on in. We're not going to do the actual labyrinth, because that is like almost the super post game. This game actually has more or less 2 ultimate bosses, one of which is in the 6th maze. Also, game, that's not the center. Why does it say ride? Oh, it's a skyship, technically. So that's ominous, right? Up here, Cloud Boar. Cloud Boar gets sucked into the pot. We've gathered all the ingredients and the quest is complete. Now we need only you deliver them to the bar. Again, we're not doing this extremely foreboding place, but as you exit the Golden Deer Keep, you spy an unfamiliar black structure up ahead. It is likely built concurrently with the other structures in the Cloudy Stronghold, yet it seems unique. The double doors at its entrance open soundlessly, as if inviting you in. Hall of Darkness. The 6th Maze. Morgue of Distorted Sagacity. So yeah, this is kind of infamous for being like a really weirdly horrifying dungeon. You land the lunar whale next to the structure formed of black stone and step inside. This Hall of Darkness is similar to the Echoing Library. Perhaps it was built contemporaneously. There are a lot of good words in this game. The dark, shadowy halls instill dread in you. This place has none of the Echoing Library's sanctity. Worse yet, you cannot shake off the feeling of being watched. You begin your search ill at ease. Oh, the geomagnetic pole is over there. Let's at least... I was gonna say let's at least go ahead and map a bit into this, but no, let's not do that. Because this place is freaking hard. And I don't even want to risk a normal encounter here. Let's return to Thorsis. It's now available to us. We can turn in legendary cuisine. Welcome back. We're able to fetch the legendary ingredients. Are these them? This pot, it's moving. Perhaps I should not touch it. Did anyone else hear a strange sound just now? Well, I shall make sure Dala gets the ingredients. I can thank you for your hard work. Your reward is Dala's beloved meat cleaver. According to her, it can cut anything, so be careful with it. Obtained the King Slicer. And 65,000 experience. Which is nothing to sneeze at. There's no sequel to that quest. And of note is that a new quest did not open from entering the Hall of Darkness. Well, sounds like you got yourselves into a fine mess without me ever realizing. But your job is to have adventures, and mine is to keep you fed with delicious meals. I don't really need to know what you're up to do my part, do I? We can go about our business as usual. So next time on Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 4, well, first I need to actually look at the King Slicer and the, drop. The thing that Storm Sky Emperor unlocks. The Echelon. King Slice. 4 points of instant death. A large sword that can slice through any number of bodies. Jesus Christ, how horrifying. The Echelon. A legendary thrusting sword that pierces a fearsome dragon's skull. I don't remember where you get staff shards. Like, that's going to be better because I can put 4 elemental onto it, but for now let's put the Echelon to use. And shield-wise, let's give a Hoplon to Talon. That was probably not actually worth it, but let's just stick with it. And yeah, there is actually a lot more stuff to go through. For real though, next time on Let's Play Etrian Odyssey 4, we're going to be fighting Iwaro Penelope. Because that is going to be kind of our gateway, because the weapon that you can get from its material, I think, is actually really good. And your first proper post-game weapon, usually. See you guys then.